What fast food place is grossly overrated? Panera. Food tastes like literally nothing. Like there is a department dedicated to removing flavor. It's the food equivalent of hint water. Tim Hortons. It's an absolute travesty that they've literally advertised their way into Canadian identity while cutting costs in every way possible. Their coffee is at the absolute bottom of the barrel, and I genuinely can't think of a major chain that serves worse food. It's awful. Nothing is made in-house, and simple basics, like toasting bagels, something that's been an issue for 15 years, remains unaddressed. They're still somehow always cold and burnt. Not to even touch on their abuse of temporary foreign workers, abysmal pay, and awful work culture. Easiest boycott you'll ever make. Panera Bread, and I don't think it's close at all. They charge $10.19 plus tax for a mac and cheese. It's good, but I know how to make my own. Panera Bread. Overpriced, undersized, underseasoned. Honestly, KFC literally just gets served a bucket of grease and bones and is stupidly expensive. I used to love KFC, but the quality of their food has gone down so much it's so gross now, but they charge you like you're buying top quality. KFC. You see it on TV and are like, damn, I haven't had KFC in ages. You order it, it takes an age to make, and you eat it. The feeling afterwards of self-loathing and disgust is the reason you haven't had KFC in ages. Former KFC shift supervisor. All KFCs are understaffed to comical amounts, and horrendously expensive. They are the only fast food place I've ever seen or worked at, other than sandwich shops, where the cashier is expected to make the food as it's ordered. Because you know that's a system that isn't going to break at the massive amount of 2 customers. They are understocked with equipment too. I multiple times had to buy dish soap or tongs with my OA money for the shop. They are also paid less than many other fast food places, and usually do more work. Bottom line, KFC is a lotus eater machine that deserves every bad piece of press it gets. Correct answer is all of them. The prices have gone up so much it's not worth it. The fast food empire is built upon being cheap and fast. They really are not either these days. Agreed. My wife and I were traveling over the holiday and got Wendy's off the highway and spent exactly the same amount that we would have paid at either a sit-down or a local fast casual with much better food. KFC. I can go to any grocery store and pick up an 8-piece bucket of fried chicken from the deli for like $6, $8. Grab a side of mac and cheese, a small coleslaw and a pack of King's Hawaiian rolls, and I spent an extra $5. Maybe. KFC is like $30 for an 8-piece bucket and sides, and I'll take grocery store chicken over KFC any day. It's bigger, juicier, crispier, and tastes less salty. Canadian here. At the risk of being tried for treason, Tim Hortons is way overrated. They've lost their identity, which once was a solid coffee and donut, fresh, from scratch, baked on site shop that was never a letdown. Now it tries to be, on one hand, a hip cafe a la budget Starbucks, and is selling all sorts of fast food items it has no business selling, and on the hand it wants you to believe it's still a coffee and donuts place. The fast food sucks, the donuts all taste the same, slathered in glaze, and are baked off-site and trucked in. And the coffee? Meh. Most people I know would rather hit McDonald's for their morning coffee. Tim's is a national institution but needs to get its act together and go back to simplicity. In my opinion, of course. Sorry. Five Guys is okay for 3 times what it should cost. I love Five Guys, but I agree, it's way too expensive. Everyone is going to have different answers, and they're all going to come down to the fact that the quality of fast food is extremely dependent on the state of the particular restaurant you go to. I have a McDonald's by me where the McNuggets are always inedible, but another where they're pretty good. The Popeyes near me is always terrible, but anywhere else I've been, it's amazing, but still overpriced. I scrolled through most of this thread. My go-to is always Wendy's. Glad to see they've not been mentioned. Most hate for Wendy's is against the massive rebranding campaign they've embarked on over the last 20 years. Can't believe it's not on the list yet, but Subway. Bland cold cuts on cardboard bread. Don't nobody speak on Waffle House. I'm currently eating there. And it's glorious. Starbucks. Their percolator coffee tastes like cigarette bees with way too much caffeine in it. The food okay, but costs 3 times more than it should. Starbucks is just bougie McDonald's. Opposite of the question, but Culver's is freaking delicious. Yes. If I have to do fast food, it is Culver's every time. I can get a pot roast sandwich and a side of mashed potatoes or broccoli and not hate myself after eating it. And the rest of the fam can have their fries and treats too. Win-win. Better question would be underrated. Most fast food is crap. KFC. Tiffany's. Breakfast there are crap. Bruh, the sponsor under your question is McDonald's. I think it speaks for itself. Hey, thanks for subscribing and liking. It really means a lot to me. While you are here, feel free to hop on over to the last video. See you there. Ronnie.